National Assembly endorses state of emergency in Rivers. APC in Kaduna not worried about El-Rufai's defection. Mami Market founder dies in Enugu. 2 kidnappers arrested in Nasarawa.
In business, domestic crude oil refiners face supply challenges. And in entertainment, Mariah Carey wins court case over copyright issues.
Hello, I'm Chima Ola Iwoma. This is the news on the hour on Nigerian Pilot TV. Now the news in detail. The National Assembly on Thursday endorsed the state of emergency, which was imposed in Rivers State by President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday. The resolution was taken at separate plenary sessions of 2 chambers where they deliberated on the suspension of Governor Siminalayi Fubara, his deputy, Ngozi Odu, and members of the State House of Assembly. The parliament backed Tinubu's proclamation amidst calls from the opposition leaders to reject it. Fubara had on Thursday broken his silence and debunked allegations by the federal government that he teleguided attacks on oil installations by suspected militant groups in the state. Also, the governor said claims that he did nothing to rebuild the bombed State House of Assembly after he ordered the demolition of the facility were untrue. Fubara said he acted on expert advice before demolishing the assembly complex, which was said to have structural integrity issues. The Kaduna State chapter of the All Progressives Congress has dismissed claims by the Social Democratic Party that it is worried about the defection of ex-Governor Nasir El-Rufai and his ex-commissioner Jafar Rusani to the SDP. A statement released on Tuesday and signed by APC chairman in the state, Emmanuel Jakada, and the state party secretary, Yahaya Baba Pati, described the claims by SDP as rantings of political non-starters who have demystified themselves by pushing their luck too far. The party also warned that by accepting El-Rufai, the SDP has sworn the seed of its own destruction, predicting that he will soon throw a cat amongst the pigeons within the party. The statement further said El-Rufai's motivation for leaving APC is self-interest. He is eager to extract a political pound of flesh from those he holds responsible for his descent into the political wilderness. A 38-year-old woman was fatally stabbed by her husband in the Badagry area of Lagos. The Lagos State Police Command confirmed the incident, which occurred on Wednesday, March 19th, 2025, as officers from the Morogbo Division reported swiftly to a distress call and apprehended the suspects at the scene. Police spokesman Benjamin Hundeyi said operatives found the suspect holding a blood-stained kitchen knife, which was recovered as evidence and has reportedly confessed to the crime. The victim's body has been moved to the Badagry General Hospital morgue for autopsy, while the case has been transferred to the State's Criminal Investigation Department, Yaba, for further investigation. This incident has reignited conversations about domestic violence in Nigeria. Activists are urging stricter laws and improved measures to protect vulnerable persons. Domestic violence remains a pervasive issue in Nigeria, with many cases resulting in severe harm or deaths. Founder of Mami Market, a popular establishment in military barracks nationwide, Maria Ochefu, has passed away at the age of 86. This was announced by her son, Yakubu Ochefu, who stated that she died peacefully in her sleep on Tuesday in Makurdi. Ochefu, in an interview with Punch, shared the story of how she started Mami Market, which went on to become a household name across military barracks in Nigeria. She recalled counting former heads of state, Yakubu Gowon and Muhammadu Buhari, as customers of her markets. Family sources report Ms. Ochefu would have turned 87 this April. Officers from the Nasarawa State Police Command have successfully apprehended 2 kidnappers and rescued an 8-year-old boy in the Karu local government area. The child was abducted on March 15, 2025, and a ransom of 700,000 was demanded for his release. Following a report filed by the victim's father, police investigations led to the arrest of 22-year-old Suraju Yusuf and 23-year-old Peter Samuel. Yusuf admitted to carrying out the abduction and later enlisting Samuel to assist in holding the child under the false pretense that he was his nephew. The boy was safely rescued along Nasarawa Road in Kefi and has since been reunited with his family. During a search for the suspect's home, Police recovered uniforms from the Nigerian Correctional Service and Nigerian Immigration Service, and as well as several ATM cards. The suspects will be charged to court once the investigation concludes. The security advisor to Kogi Governor, retired Commodore Jerry Omodara, has confirmed that security operatives are actively pushing kidnappers responsible for the abduction of 18 passengers on the ABC transport bus. The security advisor to Kogi Governor, retired Commodore Jerry Omodara, has confirmed that security operatives are actively pursuing kidnappers responsible for the abduction of 18 passengers on an ABC transport bus. The incident occurred on Sunday, March 16, when gunmen hijacked the bus at Oloma in Ofu local government area, a border town between Kogi and Enugu states. Omodara revealed that a combined team of military, police, DSS, NSCDC, and local vigilante groups is working in strong synergy to locate and apprehend the abductors. He assured the families of the kidnapped passengers that they would be safely rescued, emphasizing the state's effort to tackle crime. Omodara also highlighted a significant reduction in kidnapping and other crimes in Kogi due to the cooperation of residents and security forces. After the break, it will be time for some business stories.
Welcome back. It is time for some business stories on Pilot Television News on the Hour. I am Patricia Ogbogo. The Nigeria Buy Now Pay Later market is reportedly growing by up to 13.8% annually and is expected to reach $1.62 billion by the end of 2025. Experts believe that the boom is as a result of high inflation that has weakened consumer spending, leaving buyers of retail products with no choice. A professor in marketing at the Lagos Business School says Nigeria's high inflation rate exceeds current income levels and therefore drives the strong demand for buy now, pay later options among consumers. MasterCard has earlier partnered with Liba Later to expand similar solutions in Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, and Nigeria, aiming to enhance financial inclusion. As this service spreads across both online and offline retail, it is expected to become a mainstream credit alternative, improving financial access for consumers and small businesses. The report predicts that Nigeria Buy Now Pay Later sector will undergo significant growth within the next 2 to 4 years, providing more personalized financing solutions and playing a key role in the country's broader digital transformation. The Minister of Steel Development, Shaibu Abubakar Audu, has said Nigeria imports $4 billion worth of steel annually and stresses the need for a substitution to reduce pressure on foreign exchange. Audu said this during a visit to Kaduna, where he highlighted the crucial role of the National Steel Raw Materials Exploration Agency, saying it is essential for the federal government's ambition plan to boost Nigeria's economy to $1 trillion by 2030. The minister praised the agency for its outstanding performance, highlighting that it has consistently been ranked as one of the top performers under his ministry. He also announced plans to collaborate with Ministry of Defense and the Defense Industrial Corporation of Nigeria, DICON, to manufacture military equipment, aiming to boost domestic production and reduce reliance on imports. During a tour of DICON factory at Kakuri Industrial Layout, the minister expressed satisfaction with the efforts of cooperation at making Nigeria self-sufficient in military hardware. Director General of DICON, Anit Edit, expressed his concern that Nigeria is spending millions of dollars to import military hardware and equipment, highlighting the need of domestic production and self-sufficiency. The huge allocation of crude oil by Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to its foreign creditors has been described as a big challenge to the supply of commodity to domestic refiners. Multiple sources from the Federal Ministry of Finance and the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources confirmed on Thursday that the Technical Subcommittee Naira for Crude Policy will meet on Monday to deliberate on the matter. Marketers are gearing up to address potential disruption following the suspension by Dangote Refinery on Wednesday. of naira-based petroleum sales to mitigate anticipated impacts. The huge allocation of crude oil by Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to its foreign creditors has been described as a big challenge to the supply of commodity to domestic refiners. Multiple sources from the Federal Ministry of Finance and the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources confirmed on Thursday that the Technical Subcommittee on the Naira for Crude Oil Policy will meet on Monday to deliberate on the matter. Marketers are gearing up to address potential disruption following the suspension by Dangote Refinery on Wednesday on naira-based petroleum sales. To mitigate anticipated impacts, they plan to explore alternative fuel sources, including the NNPC, local refineries, and imports. The NNPC supplies crude oil to Dangote has declined to confirm or deny the former assertion that it purchases crude oil in dollars. As on Tuesday, petrol price ranged from 825 naira to 826 naira per litre, but by Wednesday afternoon, they had risen to 836 naira per litre. Finally, some entertainment news. American singer Mariah Carey has won the case in court over copyright issues with her hit All I Want for Christmas. Carey was sued by Adam Stone in 2022, who claimed it was an infringement of his artistic property. However, the judge ruled that the song has no similarities. The judge then slammed Adam Stone and his lawyer with a sanction for filing a frivolous argument and ordered that Mariah should be refunded the legal bill incurred in defending the case. The song All I Want for Christmas was released in 1994 and went on to earn over $60 million. A court in South Korea has thrown out a case between a pop group, New Jeans, and their former record label, Ado. New Jeans requested that Ado return their mentor, who has been dismissed, but Ado refused. New Jeans had accused Ado of mistreatment and workplace harassment, and also kicked against the dismissal of their mentor by the record label. However, the court dismissed this claim, stating that there was no substantial evidence to support the allegation that Ado had violated their contract. The Faculty of Law at the University of Port Harcourt has sparked reactions online by incorporating the widely publicized Lamba for Lambo incident into examination questions. The case involves Afrobeat actors Burna Boy and socialite Sophia Egbumeji, where the latter alleged that Burna Boy had promised to purchase her a Lamborghini following their intimate encounter. Details of the case, now referred to as Lamba for Lambo saga, however, claim that Burna Boy has failed to fulfill his promise, prompting Sophia to consider legal action. That is all for business and entertainment news. Stay tuned for more news.
And with that, we wrap up the news on the hour. I am Chima Olaihoma.